What's up, friends, and welcome to another World of Warships Legends game with Ronin 47R. Today we're taking a look at the legendary tier Minotaur. I love these games, by the way, when there's only 4 ships, or anything that's smaller than the norm. In this case, it's a 4v4. I don't know. Is it because it's different? Is it because you can really affect? It's a lot more weight is on your shoulders. I don't know, but I really enjoy these small games. We currently have 2 battleships, 1 cruiser, and a DD. They're matching the same, right? What I'm doing right now is I'm furiously trying to communicate. Nobody uses comms. I don't use comms. Well, I'm not going to put them on because nobody else uses them either. But I'm furiously communicating using the communication wheel, as you just saw, really trying to show that I want everyone to stick together. And in my mind, you tell me, in my mind, the best strategy is let's let the DD lead the way. The DD is going to spot, right? That destroyer is going to spot the enemy. Our job is to be behind the DD in those lines, grouped up, eyes open. And if we can go ahead and back up that DD to the extent where, and hopefully that person doesn't YOLO, but when they spot somebody, let's all focus fire on that target. So let's all rotate. In this case, we're going counterclockwise around the map. Let's do that, right? Let's let the DD do the spotting. Let's let the DD do the capturing. Let us take the heat and focus fire. And I feel like if we can do that, we're going to go ahead and win. And I was really happy to see that the battleship on our team, the southernmost one, followed directions and followed us in that counterclockwise motion. Meanwhile, what I'm doing right now is I'm just on station, letting the DD capture B. I don't know, maybe I'll smoke up, maybe I won't. I'm just really kind of waiting to see what is going to happen. Now, granted, I am aware that C is being captured. I'll go out on a limb and say it's probably by their DD, and that's fine. But really, the number one key is I'm not so much worried about winning through points and capturing. Helpful if you can do it along the way, right? Objective of opportunity. But we need to really kill everybody. That phrase, right? It just never gets old. Yeah, we need to kill everybody. But that's really what this is all about. All right. So now that we have the Yamato is obviously popped around the island, and the Colbert is coming around as well towards the DD to really disrupt that capture. And frankly, the most dangerous target out here to me is the Colbert, and let me tell you why. And when I say dangerous, meaning as from prioritization, my main job is to protect that DD. So this is a perfect opportunity to stay smoked up because the DD and others who aren't inhibited by my smoke, I'm going to be able to keep these guys targeted. I've got, a minute and 40 seconds worth of just unleashing hell on these guys. Let's just get those AP rounds out there. And that's what I really want to do, is just punish this Colbert. If we can take the Colbert out of this, right, I really feel like we are ahead of the game. The battleships don't really scare me at this point. I can outrun them. And my guys can temporarily, hold up as they slug it out, with damage, unless they're really not cool and they go broadside. And let's hope they're not that lame. But yeah, the Colbert is really the number one target. Now, we only have one thing to shoot at right now, which is the Yamato. I know general vicinity, it's gone dark now. So let's go ahead and just keep launching that out there. I signify that we need some intelligence. Just sharing that information. Great job on the Torps being out there. Even if they don't contact, they're definitely a deterrent. And he has to angle in certain ways to decrease his chance of getting hit. I'm going to go ahead and do some suppressive fire here with these Torps. You never know what he's going to do. Maybe he's permanently trying to capture a B. I don't know. But let's go ahead and spread it in that area and continue to leverage our smoke and drop that those rounds there on the Colbert. Again, that is priority target. Now, I don't have a problem with our battleships. I'm glad that they're moving counterclockwise and getting out of danger and keeping the enemy at bay. Perfect. And then they're capturing A along the way. That's great. If we can disrupt the capture at B, we're going to be ahead of the curve. Now, granted, it is 378 to 345. We are losing, right, by a few points. I was temporarily spotted there. I'm cutting it really close because you know a DD's coming this way and has been, right? I'm surprised I'm not spotted even earlier. Colbert still has a lot of health. A little concerned about that. He's captured the B. And they're ahead by, let's just call it 50 points. So that's not good. Now, if we can go ahead and continue to really take this guy down, we just need a good shot on this guy. We'll be sitting pretty because we're doing pretty well as far as being a cohesive team. Now, here's the stage where I'm starting to take a little bit of a risk, right? I'm trying to, instead of staying with the rest of the team and making a run for it there, I'm really thinking about, in my mind's eye, where's this DD? I finally got out of being spotted. I have to keep my target as slim as possible against the Yamato, the other battleship as well, because those are the folks that are going to keep shooting at me. And here's where I'm going to predict where they're going. I mean, obviously I see where they're going, but I mean, I'm thinking they're in the general direction. They're going to be heading north. So I have to kind of spread it around there. So even if they do change direction a little bit, some of those torps hopefully will hit. And of course, they will be a deterrent as well. Now remember, with the Minotaur, you do have torpedo launchers on both sides of the ship. So unlike some ships where you can access all of your torpedo launchers and they can rotate 360 degrees, or at least to the point where they can, you know, swivel around and aim at the other side, this is not one of those ships. This is one of those ships where if you want to utilize the torpedo launchers on a particular side, you have to flip all the way around to do it. Now, I am out of range for torpedo launching, but what I'm continuing to do, and I talked about this in my Hipper video where, you know, the Kraken, you know, just the other day, you know, got that game going. I like to keep enemies, I mean, battleships, the Minotaur, you know, really these types of ships that I snipe with, I want to keep the enemy as far away as possible, just within range of my firing capability. Not torpedo, because this is not my main gun or main armament, but you know, with my main guns. Now, what's nice about launching those torpedoes and doing what I did is they were, you know, that Yamato was forced to really aim towards me, bow towards me, which on purpose, planning this, you have to make a choice, either eat my torps, or if you dodge them, now you're broadside to the enemy. And he took some pretty good damage from our guys. Now, we've already lost one battleship. They've lost one DD, and that's fine. You saw that probably in the background as I was, you know, talking and whatnot. So it's 3-3. I feel like we do have an advantage, not point-wise, but as far as ship class, because we still have a DD, which is great. What's not good is that I have to really get back closer and not just get focused on the Yamato, because I have to really, at any time as possible, try to get within firing range of the Colbert and the other battleship. The one thing I don't want to do is get too far away, because I want to support that DD. Now, our DD's, you know, on the run. You know, he's absolutely being chased down. We finally killed that battleship. That's great. It is 3-2. They are winning by points, but honestly, this can change at any time, because that DD could go down. And then really, the fastest ships will be mine and the Colbert. So we have to make this change. Now, what I'm doing right now in this particular situation is thinking about, you know, the battleship. Our battleship, once he gets around the islands, he will have a chance to get his guns on the Colbert. So unfortunately, I can't support him, and our battleship can't support him. The main challenge right now is I'm thinking about, where is the enemy battleship? So I'm trying to keep, for cover and concealment, the islands between myself and the battleship, so that I can get close enough to go ahead and use my torps on that ship. Now, here's the reason why. It's not because that's my main goal like a DD. It's I want to be able to bring those into play. I want to set myself up for not only that, but I also want to go ahead and smoke up. And then I want to smoke up so that I can go ahead and, you know, have a good chunk of time where I'm just unleashing, you know, the main guns on that battleship. Simultaneously, we're seeing, you know, again, you always have to have situational awareness, right? Because your plans may have to change at any given time. So as they're ticking away and getting more points because they have two capture areas than we do, I'm also trying to angle and keeping an eye on the Colbert, which I believe is going to be in contact with our enemy, with our battleship. Now the Yamato just came forward, just as we predicted, making his way towards where we were. I'm going to go ahead and try to unleash some torpedoes here. Is he going to turn into me? Is he going to turn away? I'm thinking he'd want to turn into, which he seems like he's doing that. So that's what I was kind of banking on. But those torps are pretty far out. Who knows how this is going to affect him? Maybe hardly any of the torps will hit him. And this guy can absolutely devastate me, especially if you're broadside. So I'm taking a big chance here, trying to really plan the reload time of his ship. And you know, again, I only made contact with one torp, and here I am shooting the other side there. I've smoked up for a couple reasons. One is just in case I needed to circle back to it, and also just kind of throw him off. And there you go. And not to mention the Colbert in case you know, they're getting eyes on, because of course I was spotted by that enemy. Luckily, it really worked out well. The gamble paid off. They are still winning. So we really have to, I mean, there's 4 minutes, but still, are we going to have time to go all the way down to C and capture it, and then capture B, and the time for the points to tick up? I don't know. I mean, it's over 100 points that they're beating us by. So unfortunately, I think we only have one choice, and that is to kill the Colbert. So we have one ship left to put down. I'm at 160,000 damage. I personally think at this state of the game, this is an excellent game. Anything over 100,000 to me, baseline for me is 100. That's just my own personal goal. I'm not judging others, but you know, if I do 100,000, I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Anything above that, and this is definitely north of that, I feel like it's a very good game. We have another heal, and we're currently, you know, able to heal up and get ahead of that. So I'm going to go ahead and activate that shortly, if I can go ahead and focus on that. But I really want to get these rounds out before he gets to cover. Great news is that he gets stuck on an island. He has to pull back. He lights me on fire. That's no bueno. So we're going to get a few more opportunities to launch at this guy. We got some incoming torps towards him, so that's good. They miss. And again, this guy is a very, very good fire ship. It's almost like a French Atlanta, you know, at legendary tier. So I went ahead and finally hit the heel. It's kind of on the fence there. Glad I waited. We got those fires, so it added that potential heal, you know, the damage where we could potentially get it back. So for all intents and purposes, we're just under 50% health, which I feel is not bad. This guy's at a quarter health, and I think we're sitting pretty. The enemy I keep saying that. Apparently I don't like the battleship on my own team. The battleship that's on our team, I'm not really in a good position to get in the game, so I think right now it's all on me. And the DD may not want to reveal his presence, so he may not be firing his main guns. I don't know. We'll see what he's going to do. But we know where the Colbert is going, and we need to plan this just right, because now I've launched all the torpedoes on that one side. So I have two choices. Either use guns to kill him, assuming the torpedoes miss or don't kill him, or I have to flip it a 180, which is really going to, you know, kind of make me vulnerable, considering I can be, and if he's just doing fire, it could still be devastating, but I don't want to be broadsided and penned. Which, again, the Minotaur, when you're broadside, you're paper. So there you go. This guy's being spotted. We got some rounds on him. Got a gun went down. And let's see what's going to happen. There you go. Let's put him down. Perfect. We weren't able to use those torpedoes, but it doesn't matter. We were able to finally crush it, finish the game. Good stuff. So this game has ended. 401,000 silver, 177, 521 damage. Excellent game. Only 2 kills, but I'll take it because it's about the damage put in and how you help the team. And then I had over 200 experience than you know, my fellow second place teammate there. Guys, if you liked it, let me know what you think. Ring that bell, and I look forward to hearing your comments, and I'll see you next time.